Meet Santiago. He wasn't born a shepherd. He was a student in a seminary, destined for the priesthood. But Santiago had a hunger the Bible couldn't satisfy. He wanted to see the world. His father, a humble farmer, gave him 3 ancient gold coins and a blessing to buy a flock, telling him that while people travel to see their land and think it's the best, it is the shepherd who truly sees how others live. For 2 years, Santiago wandered the Andalusian countryside, content with his jacket, his books, and his sheep. But then a recurring dream began to haunt him. While sleeping under a sycamore tree growing in a ruined church, a child appeared and told him that if he went to the Egyptian pyramids, he would find a hidden treasure. Santiago seeks out a gypsy woman to interpret the dream. She asks for 1/10 of the treasure as payment. Skeptical, Santiago is about to give up on the dream when he meets Melchizedek, the king of Salem. The king tells him about the personal legend, the thing you have always wanted to accomplish. He warns that as people grow older, a mysterious force convinces them it's impossible. But he reminds Santiago of a great truth. When you really want something, the desire originates in the soul of the universe, and the entire universe conspires to help you achieve it. To help, Santiago read the omens, the language of God. The king gives him 2 stones, Urim and Thummim representing yes and no. Santiago sells his sheep and takes a boat to Tangier, Africa. He is officially an adventurer. Disaster strikes almost immediately. In a crowded marketplace, Santiago is robbed of all his money by a thief he thought was a friend. He is left with nothing but his stones and his jacket. He weeps in the empty market, feeling like a victim. But then he remembers the king's words. He decides to see himself not as a poor shepherd who lost everything, but as an adventurer looking for treasure. He finds work with a crystal merchant who hasn't had a customer in years. Santiago stays for nearly a year, transforming the shop by building a display case and serving tea in crystal glasses. He learns the Arabic word maktub, which means it is written. He realizes that while he is working to get his sheep back, the merchant is a man who has a dream, a pilgrimage, to Mecca, but is too afraid to realize it because he fears he will have nothing left to live for. Once it's done, Santiago leaves the crystal shop with more money than he ever imagined. Instead of buying sheep and going home, he joins a caravan headed for Egypt. There, he meets an Englishman who has spent 10 years studying alchemy. While the Englishman searches his books for the Philosopher's Stone and the Elixir of Life, Santiago studies the desert. He learns that the desert has a soul and that everything in the world is connected to a soul of the world. He begins to understand that intuition is a sudden immersion of the soul into the universal current of life. Because of tribal wars in the desert, the caravan stops at the Al Fayoum oasis. It is here that Santiago meets Fatima. When their eyes meet, he learns the most important part of the language of the world: love. He wants to stay with her forever. But Fatima, a woman of the desert, tells him to continue his quest. She says she will wait for him because her hope is now written in the desert sands. One day, while watching 2 hawks fight in the sky, Santiago has a vision of an army attacking the oasis. He warns the tribal chieftains, and because his omen is correct, they defeat the invaders. This catches the attention of a mysterious, powerful horseman, the Alchemist. The Alchemist agrees to guide Santiago to the pyramids, but they are captured by a warring tribe who believes they are spies. To save their lives, the Alchemist tells the chief that Santiago is a sorcerer who can transform himself into the wind. Santiago is terrified. He has no idea how to do this. For 3 days, he meditates. He speaks to the desert, the wind, and the sun, arguing that love is the force that transforms and improves the soul of the world. Finally, he reaches through to the hand that wrote all and realizes his soul is a part of the soul of God. He disappears in a massive sandstorm and reappears on the other side of the camp. The tribesmen, terrified of his power, let them go. The alchemist leaves Santiago just 3 hours from his destination. Santiago reaches the pyramids and weeps with joy. He sees a scarab beetle, a symbol of God, and begins to dig. But he finds nothing. Instead, he is attacked by refugees of the war who beat him and steal his gold. When Santiago gasps that he is digging for treasure from a dream, the leader of the group laughs at him. He tells Santiago that he too had a dream in that very spot. He dreamed of a ruined church in Spain where a sycamore tree grew in the sacristy. He dreamed that if he dug at the roots, he'd find a chest of gold. But the man says he wasn't stupid enough to cross a desert for a dream. Santiago returns to the very church where his journey began. He digs under the sycamore tree and finds a chest filled with Spanish gold and precious gems. He realizes that the treasure was there all along, but he needed the journey to become the man who could understand it. As the wind blows from Africa, bringing the scent of Fatima's perfume, Santiago smiles. He has his treasure. He has fulfilled his personal legend, and now he is going back to the woman he loves. His story proves that life is generous to those who pursue their personal legend. What is your personal legend? Are you listening to the omens? If this story inspired you, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest.